it's C-Doc again.
Yeah. Should we start it off like C-Doc does? So it's Tuesday night. Yep. Not C-Doc again.
You know damn well I'm not.
Right. Right. Yeah, C-Doc is out for the evening. He had a little film to film. Yep, he's doing that. Exactly. You know who I am. I guess he would have said, I guess he would say, Our Lady from the heyday of Payday. Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. The commissioner. The commissioner. I got to use the other. I don't know.
You trying to Vogue? What was that? Oh man. Yeah. And hi Dale. And what does he say from you about you? From New Jerusalem.
Hailing from New Jerusalem.
He's a podcaster in his own right.
Yeah. Yeah, all of that.
Ultramag 7. And if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should be. Everybody else does. Exactly. Exactly. How are we, Dale? We are hanging in there.
This feels like a episode of the mixtape.
Right? Right? Yep, except Daddy-O didn't say the mixtape. He just said,
right.
C-Doc again.
Yeah.
Apparently we're waiting on Flatline.
Flat Lizzo.
Yes. What? How is it that he gets introduced? From the
he's the man behind Hip Hop Gods.
Yes, the man behind hip hop. Exactly, the man behind Hip Hop Gods. From what is it?
The great Northeast.
The great.
Oh no, not Northeast.
Northwest.
Oh my God, Northwest.
Northwest.
I'm from the Northeast.
Holy cow! Don't move him clear over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as he shows up, then he'll show up and he'll be here.
And so so since we have some time, let's explain to the people what's going to happen tonight.
What's going to happen is my head's going to implode. See what had happened was there was a little concert being given in LA by none other than Schoolie D, and it was DJ'd by none other than DJ Evil E from Ice-T's camp.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was going to an in-store at none other than the world famous VIP Records. And somebody's brilliant idea, somebody better known as Damage from Yag Fu Front, decided that it would be a great idea to hook cameras up to the back of the headrests in the front seat of my car. And Schoolie D and I should pile into the back seat of the car and do a little interview.
Right.
Yeah. And frivolity and chicanery ensued.
Right. So tonight we don't have a live guest, but Jennifer is going solo on that ass. And she has an interview in the back seat, as the title said, with Jennifer and Schoolie D. which
Yes.
I might have seen about 30 seconds of it, and I can't wait to see it. And I expect a lot of hijinks.
And speaking of hijinks, the man behind Hip Hop Gods, here he is.
Ah,
Wow. It's a miracle.
Flat
Again,
Lizzo.
Yo. Good evening.
Good evening. I moved you from the northwest to the northeast. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember how everybody gets introduced.
Oh, right. Jennifer O'Jenny, can you give us a weather report, please?
As I'm floating down the street,
Yeah.
or what?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, no, it's day 3 of flooding, etc., etc.
it looks crazy.
It is
Yeah.
somewhat.
Gorilla monsoon.
It is. Yeah. My backyard was flooded yesterday. We got a little bit of a reprieve today, but not now.
Man.
Too
Scary,
late.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
out.
Scary situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, the sky opened and dumped.
Yeah.
And my backyard is so bad that my pool overflowed and is basically, I've got like a weird divot between the stairs and the pool.
Uh-huh.
It's just solid water.
Yikes.
Just
Alrighty.
solid water. Yeah. And, that's how we roll in Southern California.
Apparently.
If we're not burning everything down, we're waiting for the rain to come and shove everything off of the hill.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
Fire or landslides.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Because we don't
Alrighty.
say the other word that happens here.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
No, it's nutty. It is nutty. Even I noticed yesterday the who is it? Like Instacart. Every time I went to I need food here because I can't leave.
Right.
They were like, you want to make it rain on your delivery person. They wanted nothing less than a 10% tip.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing less. So, yeah, those poor people.
Yeah.
Glad it's not me. What's happening in your neck of the woods? Flatline.
Everything's good here.
Is there a new episode of Hip Hop Gods?
Yes. Thank you.
Well, as a matter of fact, there is.
Well, tell us all about it, my friend.
We're doing this too? Okay, well, all right.
Yeah. Come on.
We're doing this too.
Okay, well, I'll run down some of the new music that I played on the new show. It just premiered. New James Bond, new Switch and Mocha Only, new Anastasia featuring Talib Kweli and Plug One, new Hit Boy and the Alchemist, new Crime Apple and Preservation featuring Sadat X, and a plethora of other goodness in there.
A plethora.
Yeah.
Speaking of a plethora of goodness, did you watch the Grammys?
I watched yesterday on wherever it's streaming.
Yeah. Did we know that what's the guy's name who got arrested?
Killer Mike.
Yeah. And I don't know if anybody saw it, but I just saw it right before we got on here. Flavor Flav was doing his thing.
Oh, he's doing his thing. Yeah. Yeah.
He was
He is-
doing his thing. Hey, hype style, what's up? What's up?
Yeah. Building.
Yeah, Red Venom in the building.
Oh,
Dale, of course,
Great.
in the building. Yeah. And I just saw right before we got on here, I saw him singing Can You Stand the Rain in front of I want to say Tank. Like he took the microphone from Tank. Yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
Weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. To which the end response from Tank was what did he call him? Young Lungs.
Young Lungs.
Everybody else was a little like, what's happening?
Yeah.
But yeah. And
Yeah.
the other thing I saw, yes, he did. The other thing I saw was Princess Superstar was bouncing around at a pre-Grammy something.
Yeah. I saw some of that. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
already,
C-Doc chiming in.
C-Doc.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck about a goddamn Grammy?
All right. All righty then.
And other Flavor Flav news.
Right?
Yeah.
What the hell?
There was some good. I mean, Joni Mitchell was amazing. Annie Lennox was amazing.
Yeah. I don't know. Annie Lennox sounded a little.
Well, they're I love her, so let her.
I do
let her
too,
her thing.
but
But Joni Mitchell was phenomenal.
that was amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that they did that for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because how old is she?
80.
80
Ooh.
years old.
Yeah.
I was a little concerned when they, because she'd had that stroke or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Jay-Z's speech was the truth. You think so? Okay.
Saw none of it.
I think him and his buddy Kanye have it out for Taylor Swift, but whatever. I do have to agree that there's no point. You shouldn't be shoving everybody into rock.
Right.
When they're clearly not.
Mm-hmm.
When they're clearly pop or they're clearly something else. It just it's getting too muddy, and there's people that are winning in a rock category that don't belong there.
Yeah.
So I have to say that is true. But
I also have to say, I can't believe I forgot, Tracy Chapman performing was, again, just phenomenal. Man.
Hype style. Wish they did more.
75% of that show, but there's 25% that's worth seeing.
Right. Wish they did more of a formal tribute for Harry Belafonte. Maybe brought in some of the Afro beats and Caribbean peeps to do them. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been cool.
Yeah.
It would have. And on that note, you want to see Busta Rhymes win a Grammy next year.
For what? Oh, shut up.
Okay.
Oh, man. Oh. I mean,
coming in hot. Wow.
Words right out of my mouth. I'm not even supposed to say that, but that last album was trash.
Okay, you said that. I didn't say anything.
garbage.
I think he spent a little too much time trying to keep it now instead of just being him.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. Shut up, Ultra.
Yeah, really, Ultra. What the hell?
Shut up.
What is actually going on? All righty. So are we doing this?
I can't wait.
I guess we're doing this. Holy crapola, man. All righty.
Dale disagrees with me. That's okay, though. That's okay. I mean, that his newer stuff is for some people, and for other people, it's not, and that's okay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
it's all the music. It's all opinions.
Exactly. Correct. And everybody's got one. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn. Coming in hot.
So what's up, party people? I'm Jennifer. We have a special edition of It's CDOC again in store for you today. Buckle up as we hit the road with the one and only Schooly D.
As we aren't buckled up.
Right? A Philly hip-hop legend.
What camera am I looking at?
You got a camera right smack in front of you.
All right. That's what she said.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. Here we go.
All right.
Let me tell you, fam, Schooly D is taking us on a ride of a lifetime. You know how it is.
Wow. It's too early for that. Or
this oh, Lord have mercy.
Way too early. Or it could be late.
Right?
But
it could
the
be.
fact that I'm slurring my words, it's too early for that.
Okay. This year marks the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, and Schooly's impact has been felt far and wide.
That's what she said.
Oh my God. Influencing legendary artists like, you know them, Ice-T, Easy, here he tells it, Eazy-E, and so many others. Yeah. His flow and style have left a lasting impression on the hip-hop world.
Yes, it is.
And he's still dropping gems to this day. Actually, this minute. But that ain't all. He's not just blessing us with his classic hits like PSK, Saturday Night, and King of New York.
Right.
During his live performance tomorrow night. Saturday, yes. July 22nd. Yeah. But he's also showcasing some of his artwork.
That's right.
In case you didn't know.
That's right. Which will be on sale.
Wow.
So bring some cash.
Bring cash. And lots of it, please.
And some gummies.
And
I'll trade art for gummies.
Oh my God.
It has to be like a whole bunch of gummies.
One giant.
One giant gummy.
Yeah. Schooly's got us hooked on his raw lyrics, and now he's taking it to a whole new level.
Yes. With
his artwork. Yes. This ain't just a show, it's a whole experience.
Yeah. That's what she said.
Oh my God. Here we go, folks. Round one of back in the back seat with Jennifer and Jenny. So, your artwork's a visual symphony. The mix of abstract graffiti style and hip-hop imagery is mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing.
If I do say so myself.
If I do say so myself.
How, what brought you to doing artwork?
I'm explaining to you. I'm an artist who sometimes raps to get his point across.
Okay.
So I was an artist, a painter, and a sculptor before I was a musician.
Oh, okay.
And I started my music music career at 7 or 8. I played guitar in my family band, but I was drawing since I came out the womb. So I knew exactly what I came to Earth to do. So that's, and as far as like my music in the hip hop genre or rap genre, is like the music don't work without the art, and the art don't work without the music. It's sort of like what Overton Lloyd did and Pedro Bell did for Funkadelic. It's like George Clinton. It's like the music explained the art, and the art detailed the music. So you knew, like it's back when they had real album covers. And if you walked into a store and you wanted to know what you was buying, so if you seen an album cover with a dick on it, you knew it was X-rated.
Right. True that.
Right? So if you seen George, like a Funkadelic album cover and had Pedro Bell on it, it was like you knew you was getting rock funk mixture. So it was kind of like, because we didn't have videos in the early 80s.
Right,
so you had to, I felt like, and it was, my stuff wasn't going to be played widely on the radio. Like I really had to explain to the person who was buying the School D record exactly what they was getting. They was going to get some funky ass raw for the basement, for the block party, and for your car music. But it was going to represent who we were.
Right.
That was the important thing. It represented who we were.
Gotcha. And what inspires you now to keep
The same damn thing.
same damn thing?
It's I mean, I got off track for a couple of years. I was a dick.
Oh,
Like
okay.
just did shit for money, but you just spend the money. It don't mean nothing.
Right.
But it's like it's all I do explain to young artists. It's like a lot of cats that try to convince you that it's the money. You get money and you make art and music, but no, it's the music and the art that makes the money. So it's still the same way with me, and I can't be swayed. It's still the same thing.
Right.
It's like they tell you, it's like whatever you wanted to do at the age of 12 is what you should be doing at the age of 52. That's your career.
Makes sense.
So,
Makes sense. Cannot forget your impact on the hip hop scene. Forget all the artwork, all of that. Cannot take away your impact, like PSK, Saturday Night, King of New York, all become classics.
right.
How do you keep everything fresh though?
Because I don't suck my own dick. That's why.
There's that.
It's like you kind of like, if you're, let's say you're creating an album, you kind of like almost gotta like not believe in yourself a little bit. You have to test yourself.
Is this a
This is
don't
for me.
believe the hype?
It's kind of like you
moment?
have to, and we do. I made a couple records where I was believing in the hype, and I went sideways. Because I believed the hype, and it's like, everybody does 1 or 2. If you're around long enough, you're gonna do 1 or 2 albums that are a total embarrassment. And I'm not gonna tell you which albums they were, but it was like a total embarrassment because I was believing the hype, and it was making tons of money, and people were whispering in your ear like, "Yeah, man, fuck shit, nigga, what?"
Right.
So, but you come back to reality where it's kind of like, I gotta convince myself, which I do convince myself. It's like, you gotta be better. You gotta be good.
Right.
You have to. This is your last shot. What if you die tomorrow? What people gonna pick up that it's like one of my favorite actors. He this was like maybe 10 years ago. He died. He overdosed. He died. He did his last movie, Philip Seymour, and then they rushed that last movie out. It was kind of like,
Right. Yeah.
there was a stain on his beautiful work.
Right.
So it's kind of like you gotta, for me, it's kind of like that. It's just like I don't want that last piece of work be like,
right. Ouch. Maybe you shouldn't
maybe
have
he
done
wasn't that motherfucker. So it's like you have to convince yourself that you're not good. And I always, since I make my own music, so it's like I'm always looking to the past for the future.
Right. Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm always testing myself.
Gotcha,
See what I can get
gotcha.
away with.
See? And but don't you feel like you've been in this for a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
Damn near since the beginning.
Yeah.
And so I know you have a problem with the new rappers. I know you do, because you told me so on the last interview. But do you feel like there's a little bit of a competition now? Like you have to remain relevant?
I don't think I pay attention enough.
You don't?
No. I don't think I'm like never on Twitter. The only tweets I get is from Chuck D and Ice-T. Those are my only two friends on Twitter. So I wake up in the morning, I got 16 tweets from Chuck D and Ice-T. That's just my only portal to Twitter.
That's good company,
I got somebody else who does. I got a guy, Big Herc, Juan Hernandez, who does my most of my Facebook and my Instagram or whatever it is. I do have a personal Facebook, which I do every now and then, but I'm not, and I never did pay attention that much. I don't know. I'm self-centered, but not self-centered.
Right.
It was like I came here for a mission, and my mission is to create the art and music that I create. And if I paid too much attention, which, like I said before, when I went sideways, I was paying too much attention to what everybody else was doing instead of worrying about what the fuck I was doing.
Right. Gotcha. So, we have to talk a bunch of classics.
Okay.
We just gotta. But this is where I'm going with this. They have such a concise feel. But did you plan on that? Or did that come to you?
See, the thing about America don't understand that, black people can't plan for shit. We plan not to kill y'all motherfuckers for a long time. Somebody gotta find a telephone company and shit. No, I'm just kidding. Well, of course, I planned for it because I like the music. So, and it literally just comes, it really just literally just comes right out of me. But the thing is, what I do is I practice everything. I practice drums, guitar, and keyboards, and drum machines. So when the time for me to create the music, it just happens naturally. So the music says, this is what I want you to say. It's like, let's say with PSK was kind of just like, a friend of mine gave me the idea. It was like, look, man, I want you to write a song. Like all those guys in Brooklyn are writing songs about, New York and everything. Once you write a song about us, I had to put the thing in my head. The beat was already there. It was like, boom. I just thought about what the fuck do I do? Driving in my car down the avenue, tripping on sipping on some brew. Turn the corner, see the flag of the day, pull to the curb and park my Mercedes. I said, that's what I do. And it was, but nobody was saying it that clear. Right. I think the closest for me was the Funky 4+1. They were talking about rocking around the old days, the pistols and going parties, cheaper and black. That was the closest, but it was like the rap was so fast. You had to be into rap just to understand what they were saying. Right. And for me, it was like it was about a song. I wanted to write a song that people understood, and it was like I was definitely smoking a lot of weed, so it was like close, and it was like slower. I wanted to do something slower, so people could understand what I was saying. So it was all that happened on purpose.
And that's where Ice-T got.
Yeah, 6 in the morning. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because the boys in the hood are always hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I know you told us in your interview on It's C-Doc again, but your absolute crown jewel is.
Am I black enough for you?
There you go.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about all of the different ways, all the different films and things that your stuff has been used in?
It's Abel Ferrara, who I worked with for many years. He said that my music was destined to be in movies because it was so theatrical.
Right.
And it was like some of it was like it was see, back in like from like 85 to 95 it was like a lot of dance hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And some of my stuff was dance, but some of it was just like so simplistically complicated.
Right.
It was just like, do we listen to it or do we dance to it?
Right.
Do I smoke weed to it?
Kid and play, you were not.
Yes, I was not kidding. and there were times I was jealous of like guys like Marley Marl, because they could like go and produce these great dance hits, and I like to dance, and I like chicks who like to dance. I like to dance with women, but it was like by the time I got out the studio, it was like when I did Saturday Night. It's like, after cats heard Saturday Night, it was like, well, where's the hook?
Right.
It was like, because that was like 86, that was all about the hook.
Right.
Rap songs with a hook. Like, where's your hook? And I say Saturday Night just twice in the song. And it was like, well, we don't, that's the hook.
Right.
Well, lucky it was my label, so I had the last say so, but I proved everybody wrong, because it's like everybody from like 14 to 27 got a Saturday Night.
Right.
Everybody across America, everybody got a fucked up Saturday Night. And some chick they thought was a girl, was a dude. Some chick, you brought her home. You fucking her, she gets loud. Your mother busts in the room. Like, everybody gets drunk on Saturday night. Everybody smokes weed. Everybody brings home somebody on Saturday night.
Right.
And that's what I understood. And that's exactly what I understood. So it's kind of like, so I watched cats in the club. It was kind of like they were stopping from dancing to laugh at the lyrics. Like, oh yeah, that shit happened to me.
Right.
So it was like, so my stuff was like, it was always in between. Are you gonna dance to it or are you gonna listen to it, which makes great drama.
Right. So, since it's the 50th year, blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
Where do you see it going from here?
Well, this is my official answer to that question. It's like, none of us can tell what the future's going to be.
Right.
You have to live in the moment. And I know that's a question that you do have to ask, everybody have to ask, but it's like, I used to try to answer that. And so, like, I just look at the School of the album. Like, every last one of them is like, I used a different technique. I didn't know what technique I was going to use up until the moment I started using that technique. So I couldn't. But then but also there are some artists who use the same technique on every record.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, yes, you can say the future. My album is going to sound exactly like the last album because that's what most record companies want. But then also the cats are just kind of like, we just go with where we're at the moment. So I'm one of those cats where it's like to go with where I am at the moment. And every time, like, I tried to tell the future, it was like, I don't know. Was I wrong? Was I right? Like there was some shit. It's like if I hate it, it's gonna be a fucking hit.
Right.
Like I hated Parents of the World to Understand, but fucking won a Grammy. So who are fucking?
Right.
You know?
Yep. Kind of like MC Hammer. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, of course, you know, we got to go again with the, you know, you've influenced Ice-T, you've influenced NWA, Eazy-E. But take it back to your roots of doing it yourself.
Right.
How do you think that do-it-yourself hip-hop kind of stuff, what do you think that did to the genre?
Well, like when I meet cats, they say like, you know, dude, I wish I was already on the label. I wish I could have done it myself. And I meet cats who did do it themselves. It's like, dude, I saw the art, I saw the hand-drawn art, I saw the hand-drawn labels. The music was like what you wanted it to sound like. It was like well, like True Live Crew, like Luke and those guys.
Right.
They, you know, we worked together for a minute. And it was like some of those guys in Houston. It was like they took that and was just like, because I mean, think about it, that music was of the youth. It should have been ours. It shouldn't have been owned by MCA.
Right.
It should have been owned by us. We made it. We should have controlled it. So when I was doing it, it was just like I thought I was doing some Black Power shit.
Right.
You know, I thought I was making a move to show young black kids, brown kids, it's like, you know, we can own our art. We can own something of ours. It's ours. We can control it. Because we were making millions of dollars. And a lot of people forget that we were. We were already rich, but niggas wanted to be richer. They wanted to be on TV.
Right.
So their grandmothers could see.
Right.
My grandma didn't even like me. So I was like, I don't want to be on TV.
I don't care about.
So it was like, I'm sorry, Grandma. I don't know if you like me or not.
Sorry, Grandma.
I'm just saying, you did tell me. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? We just, it was ours. And I wanted to keep it. I was, you know, the most fucking I was doing, I was going to have kids. So I wanted to show my kids that they can own something. They can have an idea or an ideal of what you want your life to look like, and you can do it.
Gotcha.
That was one of my main purposes.
Right.
You know, it was ego driven, but it was worth it.
Right. And you think that's where people like Too Short came from?
Yeah, a lot of cats. I mean, those cats. It was like, yeah, dude. It was like because it's like Too Short and those guys. I seen him like in '87. I think at the Aviate Club in San Francisco. I think it was in San Francisco, and it was amazing. Like watching him on stage, it was just like, okay, all right, we controlling our thing.
Right.
And if a whole bunch of us didn't control our thing, shit wouldn't have moved, because at like around '85, it was like MCAs and Capitol Records, they got into the swing of things. They were making stuff for the radio. Right. Rap. They were trying to make rap so their mothers could like it. And that was like, that's just not going to happen. That ain't going to happen. You know.
Well, I remember stories about Too Short, like getting a whole bunch of records pressed and having them in the trunk of his car. Yeah. And
that's the way
selling them out the trunk of his car.
But that's how the next wave had to come.
Right.
You know, there's that wave avongside of the Beastie Boys.
Right.
And that sounded like, with the Beastie Boys were kind of like punk rock, hip hop, and it sounded like something that nobody was going to play on the radio.
Right.
Because the first 3 or 4 times I heard Too Short or Beastie Boys, it was like at a club or a park, a block party, And that's where most of us went to get the authentic hip hop, authentic rap. You didn't listen to the radio, or they played it like once a week on Sundays.
Right.
That's
Unless you were at K-Day.
Yeah, or K-Day. Well, people on the West Coast maybe heard about K-Day, but I didn't experience it until I was like, this bullshit. And I came out here and was like, oh, all right.
We were really doing what we said we were.
Yeah, kid playing 9 a.m. in the morning.
Kid and play.
Power of the people.
Right.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Who's your biggest influence as a producer? Who's your biggest inspiration?
As a producer, I'm
Or
gonna
you
say,
Molly Mall.
no, I'm gonna say George Clinton, James Brown, and Elvis, because that was rock and roll.
Right.
I grew up in
Right.
the '60s,
Right.
and those I mean, what those guys were doing, they're so different, but they made such an impact right away and for all time, forever. Nobody's ever going to forget those groups, ever.
True. Yep.
So it was just like, either you sound like everybody in the pack, which you can't anyway, because you're not made that way, and you hang around for a little while, or you just be your goddamn self.
Right.
And those cats showed me that you can have a foundation. And Richard Pryor and Lenny Bruce, I remember it's like hearing stuff they would say. It was like, the day somebody figures out how to put music behind what we're saying, then that's something new.
Right.
And that's what rappers and hip hop figured out. How to cuss, make people dance, make people think.
Right.
And at the same time,
Right.
because it's like Lenny Bruce and Richard Pryor, they couldn't put music. They were getting arrested anyway. They couldn't put music behind that shit because music makes a movement.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Well, you know what, folks? Party people,
that's it.
as I've been known to say, there you got it.
Yeah.
Schoolie D.
Yep.
I want everybody, if you don't know, now you know. Tomorrow night,
That's right. Was that live?
Saturday night. You're not gonna know about it because it had already passed. But doing something that he's probably never done and probably won't ever do again.
What was that?
Performing live in LA.
Oh. I come out here every 5 years.
Hasn't done it in.
At least 5 years. I think that last time I was out with Public Enemy on the Hip Hop Gods tour at the Staples Center.
Oh,
That was 8 years ago?
just
I come out here every 8 years.
every 8 years. But anyway, give it up for Schoolie D. And exactly. And stay tuned for many more, hopefully exclusive interviews.
Kitten Plays up next.
Kid and Play.
It's like, it's just some people you don't want to die in the car with.
And the freaking driver's one of them, right?
You know what I mean?
I got you. I got you.
Pacific Coast Highway.
That's when their eyes is all red. People was like, well, you should have knew. You shouldn't have got in the car with them. You get the fucking heaven and shit. You're going to get the fuck out of heaven. Stupid ass motherfucker. Oh, I got a script.
I do.
Okay. So I heard you had one. I heard you had one.
You seriously think we playing around here?
No, I don't think it's professional.
What you think this shit
My
is?
daughter was like, Daddy, you professional. The first time she seen me on stage, she was like 6. She was like, oh my God, Daddy, I'm professional. So I've used it ever since. I'm professional. She's a professional. That's my daughter said. She was so cute.
It is what it is.
Everything is what it is. The older you get, you find this shit out. People suck. Earth sucks. Earth sucks. You know what I'm saying? I tell my kids, the second somebody say I love you, watch your back. unless it's your parents.
Yeah, let's start it over. Come on, Jennifer.
Sucks.
That was phenomenal. That was even
Yeah.
better. I mean, man.
That lived up to all everything.
All I can assume, first of all, I told you it was full of all kinds of that's what she said.
Yep.
But I'm shocked that C-Doc didn't find the part where I fell off the chair. Fell off the seat. And he asked me if I had butter on my ass.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Great questions. It was it was great questions.
He's an interesting person.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Man,
He
that
is
was
very
phenomenal.
interesting.
That was so great. I love the whole format. It looked
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have to do more.
Jennifer, you have a
Shout out to Damage from Yag Fu Front, because he's the one that set up all the cameras. He was the one that was sitting in the front seat going, okay, you're
Man.
cut it.
Done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was great.
Damage did the damn thing.
So when's that Kid and Play episode coming out?
Yeah. Next up, Kid and Play. Yeah. Not hardly. Because Don Key already asked, damn, how big is that car? How wide is that car?
It's a Cadillac.
Right. Yeah. That was Schooling.
That was good.
That was worth the wait.
Yeah.
We've been talking about that for months.
Yeah. That was well worth the wait. That lived up to the hype.
Yep. Absolutely.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been forever. July.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 months. Holy crud.
It's like a People's Distinctive Travels episode.
You said it, I didn't. You said it. Yeah. Anybody want to talk about our sponsors?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We are sponsored by Hackensack Brewing, where they celebrated their 5th anniversary on Saturday. I was there, enjoyed myself, hung out with my brother Mike Jones, had some wonderful beers. But this beer right here is called Auga, and it's a dedication to the Awesome Two, who I think now they're up to 41st or 42nd year on radio, but that was a 40th year dedication. But you can go to Hackensack Brewing, you can have Auga, you can have A Moment's Notice, you can have all the different beers. I can't remember the names, but check out Hackensack Brewing, Hackensack, New Jersey. Tell them Ultra sent you, and you'll enjoy yourself.
And they'll push you right out the front door.
Nah, I got a little clout over there, a little bit.
All righty, and it's C-Doc again is brought to you by none other than
the Spit Slam Record Label Group, a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spit Slam Record Label Group. Throwback to the future sound.
And we also have to say a big, huge shout out to C-Doc for editing the
Yes.
Jennifer O'Jenny and a jalopy with rappers. All right. A jalopy.
We also got to give a shout out to DJ Soulbuck. It's his birthday today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Soulbuck. Thank you for everything you do for us, but happy birthday to my man Soulbuck.
Absolutely. Yep. I forgot that. I forgot it and remembered it this morning and then forgot it again.
So you gave him the early birthday shout on the mixtape.
I did. Yes.
Yes, you did.
There you go, Soulbuck.
Yes.
The hand.
The
Mrs.
hand.
Snyder.
It's the hand there.
Yep, she's there.
She's here.
I'm supposed to go see, hopefully Saturday. Actually, I asked Soulbuck, hopefully he goes, but Saturday, I'm supposed to see it's CDOC alum Dylan spin in Philadelphia. So that's Saturday
Dressed
evening.
as
He's supposed to
some
be.
kind of a crustacean.
No, I don't know. I don't think he's perform. I think he's just going to DJ. I don't think he's rapping. I think it's an all 45 set. I mean, if anybody's in the Philly area, I'll put it in my story, but I believe it's someplace on Front Street in Philly. But if you're in the Philly area, I'll put it in my story. You can check it out. But Dylan will be in Philadelphia on Saturday.
Good for him.
Yes, he gets around.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And if Schoolie was here, he would say, that's what she said. So you can join us. You can join everybody on Rap Station, Hip Hop Gods with that one.
Yep.
And You Don't Stop, CDOC. You too, right?
Yeah, I do a segment on there too. Yep.
And Chuck D.
Yep.
And you can also join myself and Ultra Mag on Sunday with the mixtape. And next week, the mixtape will be. You look confused.
I forget.
Oh, actually, next week it won't be on Sunday.
Yeah. No, because it's the Super Bowl. Nobody will be watching. So what did we agree to? We said Monday?
It will be Monday.
Okay.
And it will be none other than Mr. Sinister from
the Executioners.
Yep.
The X-Men. All that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It will be Mr. Sinister.
Yes.
And anybody have anything brilliant to say? Other than that's what she said?
Brilliant? Never had anything brilliant.
No, nothing brilliant?
Nothing brilliant.
No.
Wow.
Nothing brilliant.
Alrighty then. Then I guess we'll see you next Tuesday, which CDOC will be here.
Will he?
Thank God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, then it's not CDOC again. It's these three.
These three again.
Yeah. We're going to have to get Daddy-O to change it.
Yeah.
Yep.
These three again.
And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.